To begin these presentations on the cosmic influence on our health, let's start by talking about the solar cycle.
It is worth mentioning that our view on any of these cycles is always from an electrical perspective, and that is what we will focus on today.
Let's start by viewing the solar cycle and its 4 seasons in the oxidation-reduction chart we showed you before.
Yeah, the seasons are important time periods where the solar cycle manifests itself, but not as important as the trigger dates that cause said seasons to shift.
So these trigger dates are called solstices and equinoxes. And it's during these 4 dates it is easier for you to reconnect with natural cycle.
Yeah, the summer solstice corresponds to the peak of oxidation. It gives you an opportunity to assimilate ambition, achievement, and victory. It is the climax of a cycle of growth.
On the other hand, the winter solstices represent the peak of reductions. It's time to set goals and intentions for the coming year, for introspections and letting go of the past, and to make change within yourself.
Yeah, it is no coincidence that certain animal species hibernate during this period. But what then are the equinoxes and solstices? These 4 phenomena define the changing of the seasons.
There are 2 equinoxes per year, the spring and autumn equinoxes, and 2 solstices, the summer and winter solstices. The word equinoxes comes from Latin and means equal nights, occasions when day and night last the same amount of time.
Yeah, the solstice, when it occurs in summer, means that the day length is the longest of the year. And when it occurs in winter, it means that the length of the night is the longest of the year.
Another thing that is important to mention is that these events occur on different days depending on which hemisphere we are talking about, the northern or the southern hemisphere.
Yeah, for example, in the northern hemisphere, the summer solstice occurs in the 21st of June and the winter solstice around the 21st of December. These dates mark the beginning of the respective seasons in this hemisphere. In the southern hemisphere, on the other hand, the phenomenon is symmetrical. The summer solstice occurs in December and the winter solstice in June.
In addition to these 4 dates, when it will be easier to enter in the phase with natural cycle, we can also consider dates as hypotheses. This way, we have more options to apply the natural cycle's frequencies that I developed for Healy.
And like all natural cycles, we can also assign a sign function to the solar cycle. In Nuno's opinion, the sign function applies to everything. Seasons, life, love, health.
Yep. Correct? What we have done here is to transform the solar cycle to a sign function, and in this way you can better understand the flow with the maximum corresponding to oxidations and the minimum to reductions, and everything happens in a constant way between these 2 extremes.
Okay.
Basically, these 8 trigger dates will be the starting point of a protocol that we'll explain at the end of this series of episodes.
Okay, we will now continue with this series of episodes. We will talk about the lunar cycle, the daily cycle, and finish in the best way, explaining to you how you can use your Healy to reconnect with these natural cycles. Thanks for watching.